So I'm working with a client here who's graciously given me permission to share this tapping with the world. And he's working with issues of not feeling good enough and how that affects his throat, self-expression, and his lack thereof of being able to just speak. So we many of us have constricted throats, and it's related to feeling unworthy. And so anybody who has that going on, let's tap it out. All right. Even though I don't feel good enough, I choose to deeply love and accept myself. Even though I have trouble speaking up, I choose to love and honor myself. Even though when it comes to speaking up, I feel like I'm walking on eggshells. That there's shoulds and I have to follow them. Otherwise, I might be punished. And this may have been true in my childhood. But in my adulthood, I'm the one that's punishing. And constricting my self-expression. And I choose to stop that. Because I want to express myself. I want to hear the sound of my voice. And find it pleasing. No matter what anyone else thinks. So I choose to release all this fear. Constricting my voice. Making me silent. And I choose to love, honor, and accept myself. I've been silent. I've been quiet. And I've had all this fear. Of speaking up. Fear that I'll be punished. Fear that I'll be ignored. Fear that what I have to say doesn't matter. All this fear that I don't matter. And what I have to say doesn't matter. Or is wrong. And I choose to release that. I may have gotten those messages in childhood. But I choose to release them now. I release the fear constricting my throat. And even though it's in my mind, it's also in my biology. And this fear I choose to release now. On a cellular level. I choose to release this fear from every fiber of my being. And replace it with a determination. To enjoy my voice. To enjoy speaking up. And to pat myself on the back. Every time I speak. And he silently say, "Good job.
good job.
You just spoke up.
You just spoke up.
I am proud of you.
I am proud of you.
Let's speak up some more.
Let's speak up some more.
It doesn't matter what I say.
It doesn't matter what I say.
I'm breaking all these eggshells.
I'm breaking all these eggshells.
Releasing the idea that there's a right way
Releasing the idea that there's a right way
and a wrong way
and a wrong way
to speak up
to speak up
or to be myself.
or to be myself.
Releasing the fear
Releasing the fear
that I'll be ignored
that I'll be ignored
or rejected.
or rejected.
That's an old fear.
It's an old fear.
And it continues
And it continues
to the extent that I've been ignoring and rejecting myself.
Ignoring and rejecting myself.
And then I project that out there.
And then I project that out there.
And other people have no choice
And other people have no choice
but to show up in the way that I've been showing up for myself,
but to show up in the way I've been showing up for myself,
which is a diluted version,
which is a diluted version,
a scary me.
Scary me.
And the only way I can move through that fear
And the only way that I can move through that
is being willing to experiment,
is being willing to experiment,
to take risks,
to take risks,
to have a sense of humor,
to have a sense of humor,
and to stumble and fall.
and to stumble and fall.
Lots of stumbling.
Lots of stumbling.
Lots of willingness to be awkward.
Lots of willingness to be awkward.
And patting myself on the back,
Patting myself on the back.
dusting myself off,
Dusting myself off.
and continuing
And continuing
to have this adventure
to have this adventure
of expressing myself.
of expressing myself.
Doesn't matter the results I get.
It doesn't matter the results I get.
Doesn't matter whether people hear me or not.
It doesn't matter whether people hear me or not.
I am hearing myself.
I am hearing myself.
And I'm hearing myself speak.
I'm hearing myself.
And it
speak.
feels really good.
And it feels really good.
It feels a lot better than being silent.
It feels a lot better than being silent.
I am clearly not meant to be here
I am clearly not meant to be here.
and disappear.
Disappear.
So I release this disappearing act.
So I released this disappearing act.
And even though there may be fear,
Even though there may be fear,
it doesn't have to stop me.
it doesn't have to stop me.
I am determined
I am determined
to feel the fear and do it anyway.
to feel the fear and do it anyway.
To speak up
To speak up
and develop confidence
and develop confidence
as I go along.
as I go along.
As I stumble
As I stumble,
and sometimes mumble
sometimes mumble,
and definitely fumble
and definitely fumble
from time to time.
from time to time.
But even as I rhyme,
But even as I run,
I know that stumbling ain't no crime.
I know that stumbling ain't no crime.
And I'm going to have a good time
And I'm going to have a good time
finding my voice.
finding my voice.
I'm making the choice
making the choice
to find my voice
to find my voice
and enjoy my voice
and enjoy my voice
and rejoice in my voice.
and rejoice in my voice.
No matter what other people are thinking,
No matter what other people,
no matter how people are responding.
no matter how people are responding.
What matters is how I respond.
What matters is how I respond.
And I choose to rejoice
choose to rejoice
at the sound of my voice.
at the sound of my voice.
Even if I don't feel together,
Even if I don't feel together.
I can always say, how do you liken the weather?
And I can always say how you liking the weather.
And keep it simple.
Keep it simple.
Ask questions.
Ask questions.
Be curious about others.
Be curious about others.
And soon I'll discover.
And soon I'll discover.
I like this self-expression.
I like this self-expression.
Whether or not I'm making an impression,
Whether or not I'm making an impression.
I'm impressed with me.
Impressed with me.
Every time I open my mouth.
Every time I open my mouth.
Whether or not my inhibitions fly south.
Whether or not my ambitions fly south.
I'm impressed.
I'm impressed.
I just spoke up.
I just spoke up.
Every time I say good morning.
Every time I say good morning.
Every time I say anything.
Every time I say anything.
I pat myself on the back
Pat myself on the back.
and say good job.
Say good job.
We're developing our voice.
We're developing our voice.
And anytime we open our mouth,
Anytime we open our mouth.
good job.
Good job.
Nice deep breath. You may want to do this video in the morning and then go out in the world and practice and stumble and practice more. And remember to affirm that you are proud of yourself just for opening your mouth, because you're moving through fear instead of staying in your comfort zone. And that's the path of courage. There you go.